What's up, y'all? Back with another one. And I got a couple of crazy topics. Well, maybe not so crazy, but uh, Cappin Jack and Maddie Patty, aka Steven Jackson and Matt Matt Barnes, um, Rachel Nichols, Perkins, all of them wrapped up into this whole debacle about these disparaging comments that Rachel Nichols made.
They said to me, hey, instead of hosting the NBA Finals, like, why don't you do Doris' silent reporter job for the NBA Finals? Because guess what that blew away for? For Maria to do the hosting for. Yeah. So, I have declined. I don't know what their next move is, but they are feeling pressure because of all of that, and I'm trying to figure out like how to just, my thing is like I wish Maria Taylor all the success in the world. She covers football, she covers basketball. If you need her to give her more things to do because you're feeling pressure about your like crappy long time record on diversity, which by the way I myself like know personally from the female side of it, like go for it. Just, find it somewhere else. Like you're not gonna find it with me.
About Maria Taylor. Now, there's been some that's been trying to clean up her words, but I don't even know how much you can. Well, I don't even know how you can even fathom the thought of cleaning up her words. And the reason why I say that is because if you listen to the audio, if you have any kind of analytical skills, if you if you don't have no wax in your ears, you could hear her say clear as day, you know, that she basically was saying that Maria Taylor got to cover the finals because she's black, and ESPN is being um, pressured to give in to diversity. It's clear as day on that tape. She sat there and said, "Oh, if you want to give her something to do, something else to do because y'all being pressured for diversity, then find somebody else because I'm not participating." That's not her words verbatim, but that's basically what she said in the audio. Like, you can't get no more clear cut than that. You know, I had you see Gravity Takeout. He took it from a different perspective, and I can appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Because not too many people are willing to look at things from a different perspective. They'll go with whatever they really feeling or whatever majority is feeling that coincides with what they're thinking. But he tried to paint a different narrative, but it's I'm sorry, after hearing the audio, it's clear as day what Rachel Nichols was saying. And and then that leads to the apology. It always it always cracked me up when it comes to celebrities. They say something, they're caught, it's leaked, and then all of a sudden they give this apology. And it's like, why even give the apology? We already know you're being disingenuous with it. You said what you said and you meant what you said. Why apologize about it? Because people are in an uproar, and you want to keep your job or whatever. It goes back to, I believe I touched on this in my other video. You talk about freedom of speech, but there is no real freedom of speech because everybody is scared to say everything. And well, you know what? When it comes to white racists, they're not scared of saying everything. But it's only when they receive the backlash they'll apologize for it. But blacks are scared to say things. Many people are scared to speak out against Jews. Many people are scared to speak out against the alphabet crew. So they back down on their words. Like, Benzino sat there and backed down from what he tweeted because Mark Lamont Hill sat there and called him up, and he agreed to an interview, and then he's pretty much back. I mean,
that's his thoughts, his discomfort with Lil Nas X's Kiss with a backup dancer. In a post, Benzino said the performance was, quote, too uncomfortable, too irresponsible, too forced, and too irrelevant to the awards. Benzino also said if he had financial backing, he would, quote, bring the Source Awards back. Here to set the record straight on what he thinks about this is the rap mogul himself. Benzino, welcome to Black News.
Because when you think about it, it's just common that gay people are a part of our life and our society, and that's just what it is. And I respect that. I have many gay friends. I have gay family members. I've never had a problem with the LGBTQ community. As I've gotten older, I've become, more knowledgeable about everything about the movement, about the lifestyles. I don't think it had too much to do with a gay thing as much as it did. It was forced. I felt like a performance didn't need all that. Little Nas X, I have a great deal of admiration for it, but you have to understand mines too. This is all new to me. I'm trying to raise a 5-year-old son, and if he's seeing performances with the devil and kissing men, of course I have to be able to explain, but the BET is a family show, and I just feel like it's not so much of Little Nas X kissing the man as it is the whole kind of like optics of, I just feel like sometimes things could be forced and they don't have to be. I think that Little Nas X maybe he's trying to show that I'm gay and gay's here, but we already knew that. Everybody, you don't have to push the envelope. Offended anybody, I'm apologizing now. And I learned something tonight. It's not a lifestyle, it's an identity.
That's what we talking about, man. The next thing I'm gonna do is make you a Sixers fan. Then my work will be complete. All right.
Celtics, Mark. I'm from Boston. I'm from B-Town, baby. For real.
I had to try it, man. I had to try it, brother. Everybody.
He's pretty much trying to ride the fence. He pretty much was trying to, hold on to his stance, but at the same time not offend anybody. He made that clear. He didn't want to offend nobody. After all, he does live in Atlanta, and that crew has a lot of power and influence in Atlanta. So I know he has a lot of business prospects and a lot of things he does. So he can't sit there and step on the wrong toes. He knows that. That's his bread and butter. He's not gonna stop his bread and butter. He don't got the Source thing going on no more. The Source Awards don't go on no more. So he has other ways of taking care of his kids, taking care of his bills. I don't know what he does now. But it must be something prominent, So he didn't want to step on no toes. But it's a crazy world where, these white racists, they're not really scared to say anything. They're just scared of they just don't like the repercussions of it. They're not scared to say anything, but everybody else is sitting there scared to say something. But I'm like this. If you said what you said and you got caught saying what you said, why apologize? You meant what you said. You meant what you said. And if the tape didn't leak, you wouldn't be saying nothing. You would be talking behind closed doors, saying the same stuff, because the finals is tonight. She'll be sitting there, saying to herself, like, look at this. That's supposed to be my job, and they gave it to her. Why? Because she black. Nah, you know what I'm saying? But you instead you got caught, so you have to apologize and whatever. And then you have Cappin Jack.
Hey, Rach, what's up? We've been around with you. We've been staying down with you. Got a lot of love for you. But this ain't looking too good. You know what I mean? This ain't looking too good. I've been said fuck ESPN a long time ago. That's why I don't work for them. That's why you already know how it went down with me. You know what I'm saying? But ain't no need for us to not speak on it when everything else is being spoken on. You know, so we need to figure out what was the context and what you were saying. Because we ride with Maria. We gonna ride with our people first. That's just how it go. Because we ride with Maria. We gonna ride with our people first. That's just how it go.
20 minutes later.
We all ramble. We say things when we frustrated, and Rachel did deserve that job. Because we ride with Maria. We gonna ride with our people first. That's just how it go. It's just plain and simple. I talked to Rachel, and I know a lot of things she was saying out of frustration because ESPN put her in a bad position, and they even put Maria in a position of trying to give Maria a sympathy job. They was trying to make themselves look good because all the Black Lives Matter and the George Floyd stuff was going on. So ESPN tried to make themselves look good by taking the job from Rachel that she had already had, that they'd already told her she had, that she deserved, and give it to Maria just to make themselves look good. It wasn't a genuine job they wanted to give Maria. Come on, man. It's all ESPN fault. We love both of them. Think about this, though, bro. How many times we as black people have said that we was qualified? We know we qualified. We know we qualified for the job. But we didn't get it because they gave it to the white person just because he was white. How mad were we? Because they looking out for their own. How mad were we? When you know you deserve the job and they give it to a white person just because he white. We've been dealing with that our whole life. And that pisses us. Rachel ain't never showed me no signs of being racist. But I would be mad too if I worked my whole life for a job and they gonna give it to a white dude just because Donald Trump in office. Or just because a white kid got killed and at the time it'll look better for a white person to have a job. I would be mad too. It's just the facts. I ain't trying to be liked. I'm speaking the truth. We rocking with both of them, Maria and Rach, but this is the truth. And back one more thing for y'all, IG World. Y'all got to be real with yourselves. A lot of y'all can't be real with yourselves, and a lot of y'all looking for handouts. A lot of y'all don't deserve nothing because you've been sitting at home not putting in the work and complaining about other people. Why they doing this or why them and not me? But when you deserve something, when you put in the work for it, you should be mad when you don't get it. A lot of y'all won't understand that because y'all home still living off your mama, still living in your mama house, and wondering why you ain't winning or ain't got nothing going on. I'm gonna hit y'all with harsh truth. I am the face for equality, but I also am the face of being black and proud and being strong and going to get what's mine. Not asking no white person or nobody to give me nothing. I'm going to take what's mine, like I've been doing. But y'all quick to forget when the jump first started. Rachel hired all black people. Remember that. I told y'all I'm gonna make y'all hate me, cause y'all, especially the people that don't like the truth. Half y'all hanging around niggas, hoping that they make y'all dream come true, and hanging around them. And as soon as they tell y'all no, they a fuck nigga, or they ain't real, because they told you no, because they tired of you benefiting off their blessing. You been around them all this time, been around all the people they been around, had the same connections, met the same people he met, but you still sitting around waiting for somebody to hand you something. Instead of you getting on your ass, doing something with the connections and making something work for yourself. A lot of y'all in this mind frame, and a lot of y'all stuck in this attitude of blaming white people for why you ain't made it. Yeah, we know we started off behind. They put us in a bad position from the jump. They got ahead, but it's time for you to learn for yourself. We got more black millionaires than any time. Half these rappers didn't graduate high school, but they millionaires because they shot. They got off their ass and tried. But a lot of y'all looking for an excuse for why you ain't made it. Don't blame nobody. Blame yourself. Get up off your ass and put in the work. Ain't nobody holding you back. That's you.
Hey, we need answers. This is not looking good, you know, and you know, and I we as a people, we've been, you know, displaced for many things. How many times we sat there and went for a job and it was given to a white person? We know the struggle. We been dealing with it all our lives, and then freaking 20 minutes later, oh, well, I understand why Rachel Nichols was mad, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I stand by Rachel and I stand by Maria, you know, but you know, and prior to that too, also he was saying, oh, we're gonna go for our own, we're gonna support our own first. I mean, I love you, love you, but we're gonna support our own first. That's just how it goes. And then turns in, oh, well, I understand. How would you feel if some white boy got a job because Donald Trump is in office? Like, what? What in the world does that have to do with anything? He's not even in office anymore. Like, what are you ranting about? What are you talking about? Then he goes into this whole rant about how, oh, well, y'all need to check yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's not hating, it's the truth, and people mistake that with the truth or whatever. But y'all need to check yourself because y'all still in there living with your mother, and y'all not sitting there, doing what you need to do. You blaming the white person. You know what I'm saying? You got this person over here. He's sitting there. He's meeting all the same connects you meeting, but yet he's still broke. Why you still broke? You meeting the same people. He went into this whole rant. Now, it turned from Rachel Nichols making these disparaging comments to black people are lazy. They need to get off their freaking ass. They always want a handout. Now, if that ain't sitting there buck dancing for Zaddy, I don't know what is. Then, of course, you got Matty Patty, or as Kwame likes to call him, Becky with the good hair. He sat there and wanted to defend. Oh yeah, because I never known her to be racist because actually she put a lot of us on. She put me on. She put on Stack, and he named a couple other names I can't remember right now, but he's sitting there saving Rachel, and for what? For what? Y'all is really down in y'all career that y'all really still got to sit there and kiss. And you know what? This leads to another subject that really gets me. Like, how is it that you make millions? And I'm not an accountant. I'm not an economic major. I take some economic classes. Part of it is part of my master's degree. I gotta do economics and stuff like that. But I'm not an economic major. But I don't think you need to be an economic major to understand where I'm getting at. How is it that you make millions and you make these millions and you get to a certain lifestyle, right? And you have more than enough money to invest, do business, and stuff like that. How is it you make millions and you still feel the need to kiss Zaddy's ass because you want to maintain your lifestyle? You done made more than enough to sit there and make sure you're your own boss, but yet you still sit there and kiss Zaddy's ass. Like Stephen A. took the cake, sitting there talking about two things I think about when I wake up. How can I can make my boss more money, and how I can get some of it. Like you have enough money to sit there and do your own media. Your own media. You already have enough of a following, I'm pretty sure, on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You could do your own freaking media and you still talking about how you can make your boss more money. I don't get it. But what do I know? I'm just a poor boy talking, right? And I know that a lot of rich people will sit there and say that's poor boy talk. That's how people talk when they ain't got no money. Okay. Fair enough. But how is it that poor boy talk sounds more freaking, feasible and more understandable and more intelligent than this rich boy talk? Because the way I see it, a lot of y'all rich boys is clowns, straight clowns. Which brings me on to the next one. The big clown is Fat Joe. Nah, I like Fat Joe. I think he was one of I thought he was one of the most underrated rappers of my era. You know, I wouldn't say he was up there, but I would say that a lot of people slept on him. I think he had lyrical skills, not the lyrical skills of Jay-Z or Biggie or Jada or Fabulous, but up there. Not the lyrical skills of DMX, but up there, you know. But now he has some remarks that he has said about Bill Cosby, going off about.
He's supposed to come home from jail because he made a deal 10 years prior where he testified in a civil court case, and they said if you testify, we could never bring you in criminally. They went back on them words, and they still used his words against him 10 years later, and they put him in jail. Supreme Court found that that was a technicality, that they gave him immunity. They shouldn't be able to use that against him. That's the law. Let's stand by the law. We're going to stand by the law. But let's just say the truth. It was a flaw. It was a glitch, a technical thing. And so when I see everybody out here showing the pudding pops and this and this and that, Bill Cosby did some things. Okay? So I can't, if there's certain rules I can't with me. Yeah, it is real. The problem I have is that when you get 50 young ladies, white, black, Chinese, Spanish, Filipino, rich, poor, to all, they don't know each other and they all say the same story? That's where you get me fucked up at. That's where you get me like, and so I can't be cheering on y'all, and I'm always for the underdog. I don't want to say the bad guy, but 9 times out of 10, I'm for the bad guy. You talk about a guy who came from bad people. So I'm always cheering on somebody, but I can't be up in here lying to y'all like, I never wish that on him. I don't want him to go to jail. I didn't want none of that to happen to him. But Bill did something to them 50 girls. Maybe 20 are lying. There's 30 that ain't lying. But you people want to keep lying. I don't know what it is. Is it like, all right, black and Spanish, whenever anything goes wrong, even though we know these guys are foul as shit, we're going to still be like, power to the people?
How like he sat there and he raped her. He sat there and he did it. He has to be accountable for that, and blah 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 blah. So then that was already enough, right? Then I sit there and I go to this clown stack 5, Steven Jackson, Cappin Cappin Jackson. I go to his Instagram page, and on the last video he posted about with his rant and whatever, you see right there in the top comments, you see Fat Joe, big facts. I'm like, for real? First Bill Cosby and now you co-signing this BS? Are you crazy? They pretty much ripped him in the comments, but these celebrities half the time, majority of the time, they don't freaking care. They don't even read the comments. If they do, they don't never respond. But I like, who are you? This is it's like somebody made a post when he made the comments about Cosby, and I commented. I said, Fat Joe has never been known for his critical thinking skills, which he hasn't. Fat Joe ain't the brightest. You can see that. But I mean, I didn't expect him to sit there and co-sign with this nonsense that Stack Five was saying. He's just spitting out nothing but white people talking points, white racist people talking points. But you were all for the black people, right? You had George Floyd's daughter on your shoulders, right? After he died, right? And you raised money when nobody knows where it went. You raise all this money or whatever, and then you start talking greasy about the pro-black movement, right? And now you talk greasy to your followers, like even Kwame said the other night, like how you even still have people following you on Instagram, because all you do is sit there and clown them. You talk down to them. I haven't even seen that much to know that is the truth. I've seen it. Because I don't follow celebrities like that. I'm not in the business of following people that I know that's not gonna follow me back. I mean, there's certain celebrities I do like. I mean, growing up, you like certain musicians, you like certain actors, whatever. That's part of being human. But to sit there and follow them like that and idolize them and be all excited, no. Especially when they be talking all craziness. You know what I'm saying? I don't, when you're black, I don't understand how you can be anything but pro-black. Doesn't mean you have to sit there and hate anybody else. It doesn't mean that. But you should sit there and look out for your own race before you look out for anybody else, because that's what they do. That's what every single other race does, and you can't say they don't. That's what every single other race does but us. We will give everybody else love before we give ourselves love. We do all this freaking infighting crap. You know what I'm saying? The only time I sit there and I don't down infighting is when you're infighting a coon. You're infighting someone who is not for their own people, and then more for the other complexion. That's when I'm not down in the infighting. But all the other infighting, man, it's not necessary. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep on saying this, like, come get to a common ground, and then we can worry about all the other nonsense later. Get to a common ground, stick to that, and we can worry about all the nonsense later. And treat it like a potluck. Everybody has something to bring. Don't sit there and say, well, I only want to deal with this many people. I only deal with this many people. Like Boyce Watkins sitting there saying he only wants to deal with 10% of black people, the smart ones. He only wants to deal with the smart ones, right? He can't learn nothing from the other ones. He can't sit there and gain anything from the other ones, right? Nonsense. We all got something to bring, something, even if it's a little percentage, a little something, a potluck. Even if you only bring in the soda, you still bring something. So that's how I like to look at things. But this stuff is ridiculous. Every day there's something that goes on, and every day there's something to talk about. Every day there's somebody buck dancing because they find it. But that buck dancing is really getting old, and it's not working like it used to, thanks to social media. Back in the day, they really got away with it because you didn't have social media to sit there and spread truth, and you didn't have people who were gaining knowledge to sit there and get on the celebrities and these high profilers. Now we do. So that I mean, even though they're still using that same trick, it's not working like it used to. People are getting on them, especially because of Kwame is exposing a lot of people. You look at a lot of these clowns when they say stuff. You look in the comments, people are roasting them in the comments, roasting them. You might have a handful that's in there, supporting the dude, a handful of clowns supporting the clown. They all in the same circus together. So that's what it is, right? But then you have a bunch of people roasting the dudes. That's how it is, and we need to keep that energy. And Kwame needs to keep on doing his thing. Uh, I love the fact that self-talk takes his points and edits it, and then puts it along with other clips that proves his point. So it makes it easier to digest Kwame. I'm saying? Nothing wrong with Kwame, but like I said before, I really don't. His live streams, by the time I see him, because I never really get his notifications. By the time I see him, they're videos. But his live streams be an hour and change, 2 hours long. I don't have the time to sit there and look at that. I really don't. So excuse me. Shout out to Self Talk for doing that. And his editing skills is bananas. Like I do my share of editing, but I'm not even up there with him. I don't even have the same software. I don't think my software could do what Self Talk does. He even sat there and made a song out of Kwame's Mama's Cooking. I don't know if he put this together, the song, or not, but he has a song that he plays after some of his videos, and he always likes to end it with the little dance off between Stephen A. and Kwame playing the song, and then they talking about, what was you doing at them colleges, boy? What were you doing at them high schools, boy? I love it. I love it. I know that it has nothing really to do with what I was talking about, but I just had to sit there and say that, right? So anyway, y'all enjoy y'all night, day, whatever time y'all look at this, enjoy it. Enjoy life. Stop the bickering, and let's stop people like Cappin Jack and Matt Barnes. And let's stop people from sitting there getting caught on tapes and then apologizing. Let's put an end to this stuff. We have the power. We do. And I'm going to leave y'all with that. Peace.